Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papier de Schwa, and welcome to Wildcard Wednesday. Today's project is a little bit different. It's going to have some paper in it, but basically what we're making is a vintage memory box. And I've never made one before, but I've got out some supplies that I want. The first thing I have is a true vintage metal box that I have. This is just like I bought it. I did clean it with some alcohol and then put a layer of matte medium over it to tone down the shiny parts. I know it still has shiny parts. It had a label on the back where I bought it for $2, and I took that off. That's what I use the alcohol for, and then I just rubbed the whole thing. So we have that. We have a vintage handkerchief. We have a brown piece of lace, a cream piece of lace, a piece of ripped music paper, where I did this the other night. Just I was working on my gel plate, and this is where I colored up some stuff, but then I also had some coffee stuff going on. I don't remember. This was where I set something down. Not on purpose, this is just what I used. But anyway, there's that. And then we have a vintage advertisement down here where I bought it. I paid $1 for this, and it says 1902. So I thought, okay, that kind of fits. And then I have this puffy heart that I may or may not use. Like I said, I just got out a few things to kind of go together, and I do have this little vintage perfume bottle that I thought will go really good with the perfume, or with the handkerchief. I'll get it said in a minute. And then again, not sure if I'll use it, but this is almost similar to washi tape. It's like an old-fashioned, I suppose, washi tape. It's just measuring tape. Not sure if I'll use this one. I might wait and use this on a sewing themed one, but I got it out just in case, but I'm not sure now. So I'll put that to the side. And then I have this jar. I have 3 of these jars of dried roses, and I have these were yellow ones. I have red ones and pink ones, and they're kind of the same color brown, but the red ones are a little darker brown, but the yellow ones are kind of still yellow. But anyway, I've got those. And then the star of the show is going to be this lady right here. This is a vintage picture that I bought several years ago in an antique shop. I've already marked it. I'm gonna tear it, or I'm going to attempt to tear it down so that it will fit in the lid of this little tin. And I measured the tin as 4.5 by 3.25, which is what I have here, and I'll have to round the edges, but I'm going to attempt to tear it. So let me just sit, and I might add some more stuff, but that's kind of what I'm starting with. And I also have a glue gun here. I've never used it before. I just opened it, and it's getting pretty hot, but it's works like a pen, and so it don't put out that big bulky amount. It just puts out a small amount, and it uses the little minis. So we'll see how that works, but it's just sitting here waiting for now. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this frog out of my throat. I started to make the video about half an hour ago and realized I've not eaten anything, and it's almost 3 o'clock. So yeah, I had to go eat something before I could go any further, because I'm hypoglycemic, and I know if I keep waiting, my husband will find me in the floor when he comes in from work. So, alright. This looks like it's going to work well. And I know it might be sacrilege in some ways to destroy the paper, but at the same time I'm just tearing it down. I'm not you know, destroying the whole thing, as it were. Not like I've seen some done. We go antiquing quite often, and you would never believe the things that people destroy that are so hard to find. And they'll I can't remember the name of the utensil, but we were in an antique store back in November, and somebody had made a wind chime out of all of these antique utensils, like old-fashioned ladles and things like that, and just, you know, drilling holes in them and just destroying them. And one of them particularly, I think this had like 4 or 5 pieces hanging from it, and one of them my husband had been looking for, and here it was hanging with a hole drilled in the top and then hole drilled in the bottom with all these things hanging off, and you just almost want to cry. It's like, do people not understand that these are collector's items and you can get a whole lot more than $12? Anyway, I digress. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to take a little bit of that corner off just so it can round it slightly. Yeah, so evidently the frog in my throat is from, I think I might need to come a little bit further down. I want it to fit in there snug, but I'm going to come down just a smidgen more, because I do have a little bit of extra sticking out here. So let's see how easy this will be to just take just enough off so that it's sitting in there snug. I might have to go take me some cough medicine. I have really bad allergies, and it's just with all the cold we've been having, I guess they're just trying to act up more than usual. And then part of it actually could be this paper. I notice whenever we go into antique stores, I always go look at the books, and afterwards I'll always either sneeze a lot or cough or just, you know, have crud. That's what I call it. It's just crud. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit more off the top now. Just a little. Now, I usually do videos at night when it's kindly quiet. But we do live right in the middle of town. And there's a street right out front. So you might hear vehicles and horns and dogs bark and that sort of thing, but I know that this video is going to take a long process, or at least I'm assuming it will, and I don't know how long it'll take to actually make it, so I'm starting it early in the day. Okay. I think I'm going to make this one work, but I want to do wouldn't mind having a little something in behind it, or I could just ink it. I could just ink it, I suppose, lightly. See, this is actually up the hill a little, so I might come back in and take just a little bit of this off. Just a little bit more of that. I know that's so small. And I might just have to do it like this. Except that I don't want it to look chunky like that, like it's been bitten. Let's see if I can. Okay. I believe we can make that work. Now. Okay, now, I don't know if I want to leave the metal behind. That's kind of where I am right now. And I do want this little bit right here off. Just a little bit more. And if I don't use this, I'm going to really mess it up. So let me do that and just try to get that little bitty part off somewhat straight. That's a little better. So I've been wanting to make one of these for a long time, and I've got a decent collection of these different tin boxes that I've gathered over the last year and a half. I really would like to put like a piece of lace or something. See which side is the right side. Let's just see how that would look. I'm going to put put some roses right here, which is why I got the glue gun. And I was thinking to put some roses around there, so I don't know. I don't know. But I kind of like the metal behind. So, I guess, let's test this out and see how it works. Or should I put the stuff on it and then go from there? Maybe that's the idea. Because I can lift it up even if it's got roses glued on it. So let's move that to the side for a second. Let's pour out a few roses. Now these are roses I got out of the what do you call it? The tiny little floral, you can't even call it a floral department. I think I got them, well, I either got them in Walmart at the end of the freezer section, you know how they have, or at least how Walmart does, or I got it in Publix. But I'm pretty sure I got them in Walmart, not 100% sure. Okay, so I want to put 3 roses. And this tin may or may not close depending on, you know, what I put on this. I would like for it to close, but I don't know that it will. Okay, now, so this is the right side of the lace. And I realize also that some of this is going to be very fragile. Let's do it this way. Yep. Put a little dot there. And then put that up in it and around it. So there's that. And I like that one. To trim this little thing off. Now I know this video is going to be probably quite a bit longer than some of the ones I normally do. Possibly, but then I might be completely wrong about that. I don't know. But through what I'm going to call these boring parts, feel free to fast forward. While I figure these things out. Okay. Now I guess a small one would fit here. I am going to take a little bit of that leaf off. Let's put a little glue right there. I hadn't pushed my glue down, so I guess that's why I didn't want to come out. And then, now I did this a while ago, you push this back, aha, there we go. You push that back to the top and that's what makes it come out. So, I probably should have put this part on the actual flower. Let's put that like that. Okay. I'm going to trim this up this way. Alright, I have a mess on my desk that I do need to clean up really before I go any further. So I'm going to pause, clean up my area, and then we'll see where we go from here. Okay, so that's the workstation cleaned off. I got this brown permanent marker, and I'm going to try my best to do just a little thin line around this picture to make it pop a little bit. And if the brown don't quite do it, then I do have black. I probably should have done that first, but I actually didn't think of it. So I'm just going to let the picture guide me. Oops, I did go off a little bit there. I might find something to kind of cover that up. I could add some more lace because I don't have enough lace for sure. But that looks better, considerably better. But what we are going to do, you know what I could do, because I did want to put a little something behind. Put that down like that. And let it tuck into that. Let's just get an idea of how that would look. Something like that. Not convinced. I am not convinced, so I'll come back to that. So what we're going to work on now then is putting some of this stuff on the inside, and exactly how am I going to arrange it. So I want this so that it can be seen. So let me figure out how I want it to lay, and then I can tear away some of the excess. And I'm going to get out my tear ruler and attempt. There we go. So there's that. I want it standing up slightly. Sort of like so. Okay. That's not bad, but I do need to put just a little bit of ink around the edges, I think, in a little bit more careful manner. Okay, now I see this part. I just want to take that down slightly. Okay, now I'm not gluing anything down until I get an idea of how I want it to look. You know, I wonder if I'm going to humor myself for just a second and just, would this work? I kind of wanted, you know what, let's see, I'd like to have the little ruffle things turn this way, but I don't know that that's going to work unless I refold it. Okay, so I'm going to go and repress this way so that I can get the look that I want. I think I have figured out what I want to put behind the picture, so I will be right back. Okay, I just pressed it now going the other direction, and what I would like to do is get this to get that bottom layer kind of bunched up under it to give it, to raise it up a little bit. Or at least that's the idea. Now, I'm going to see if this will press in. I guess I actually need to push that up slightly. I just kind of want it in enough to see if my idea will work before I really start putting anything in a permanent way. Okay, that looks okay. And I know that that can go in like that, or something like that. Now this brown might be a touch too brown. It's just... I don't know that I have anything a little lighter. Let's double this, actually, because that was quite long, and let's turn it the right way around, and let's just see how it will look. Yeah, I have a small collection of small perfume bottles. I have maybe 10-ish. Something like that. Like that, it looks like it's wearing a scarf. Yeah, the double layer is too much. So if I do decide to use this, it's going to have to be cut down a little bit. Okay. But that is a possibility for sure. Unless I did it this way and put that there. But I want this to stand up in here. And then I also have the heart. But I think I want to put that in here as like a trinket. I think that's the idea. I want it as a trinket. Let me just do this. And should I go with a darker color? I like the idea of having a little bit of something that contrasts the blue slightly. And that brown does go with that heart pretty good. You know what? Let's use our head for something like a hat, besides a hat rack, as my mama would say. Yeah. Now that I like. You know, something that was given to her as a little gift. And we could still, maybe, not actually tie it to it, but just... Alright, stand up there. Just tuck it in behind it, maybe. That's not bad. Okay. Now, this advertisement. This is for a watch. It's got this lady down in the bottom. I don't know. I'm almost thinking that this don't fit or if it does, it needs to kind of be in a different way. But let me lay that to the side. Okay, well, I've used everything that I got out. I'm not putting anything down, like I said, permanently just yet. But I still have some room. I still want to put in some stuff. So I'm going to pause the camera, go rummage through some more stuff that I have, and come back and we'll add some more to it. So I shall return. Well, I've made a few changes and additions and that sort of thing in the last little bit. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is kind of wadding up this piece of paper and just sticking it down just enough to hold it. Like right in there, sorta. I'm not using the hot glue gun for this. It's too messy, and I don't really like it. So I'm gonna just put that like that. Okay. Now, one thing I did off camera was this handkerchief was really white. So I sprayed it with some tea ink, then dotted a little bit of coffee ink on it, wadded it up real good, and then sprayed it with tea ink again, and then dried it just to give it a little bit of a vintagey look. And I also refolded it, and I decided not to put it on the inside of the lid. So it's going to go in sort of kind of like that. And this part might get adjusted. I don't think I'm going to glue any of this in, because I really don't want to ruin the handkerchief in that sense. And I might have to play with that a little bit with what all I'm putting in here, but I wouldn't mind. We'll just see how it goes with what all we put in here. So I got this little string of fake pearls just to put around the little bottle of perfume. And it might be that I end up gluing some stuff down after all, but right now I'm going to place it because I want it to sit like this as a decoration. So as long as it sits, I'm fine with not gluing anything down. For some reason, this one earring was in my drawer of keys. So I am going to slide that earring right down like that. And let me push this up a little. Maybe not quite so much. Well, will you go the way I want you to? I guess the answer is no. Let me put the key a little this way. Yeah, that is a little better. Okay. It's funny, I haven't had that frog in my throat all evening, and boom, here it is trying to come back. So I trimmed that down a little bit because the lace on it was just a little too long. And I'm going to let that hang over that way. Let that tuck in like that. Now, something else I wanted to, and I might end up cutting the string off of this. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how it ends up looking. But I wanted to put that pin with a tag there. And then I have this little bitty pin with some hairpins hanging out the bottom. Weave that lace in across that. Still not sure about. Okay. And then I have a key. And I had a black pin for the key. But I bent it and I forgot to get another one. I want that down more. I'm going to squish that just a little bit. Okay. Let me get another safety pin. I got an old white one, this little bronze, brass, whatever it is one, and then I have a little black one I was going to put this key on with. I'm not sure about that arrangement, but we'll figure it out. I could just put this beside of that so that the key is just sort of on top of that tag, sort of. I'm going to move this one. Might end up having to glue that down after all. Right. I wonder how it would be to put that heart over this way. But I can not throw it away. That's a lot of crowded pins, so I don't think I like that. And I do like that over here on this side. Okay, I'm taking the string off. I don't like it as it gets in the way. It's funny, I had it in here earlier and it worked perfect. But I took it out so that I could show it, and and then put a couple of things in that I wanted to add, the pins. And now it's just being a pain in the butt. Okay, well, let's see what we can work out here. And it might be that some things just don't get put in. I do like the idea of the key. Maybe I could put the key over here. It's barely holding on to that lace, but something to think about. Yeah, this part's just not working, is it? The pins are a good idea, but I don't think they're going to work. So I am going to put this one here, though. Well, it'd help if I put it right side up. I'm kind of liking that a little better, but my little bottle don't want to stand up straight, and it did earlier, so I'm not sure what I'm doing differently. I think maybe just take the tag off of it and just put the pin in by itself. I think that works better. Might actually just stamp something on this, but ultimately I'm actually kind of liking it just like that. The only thing is I just need it to be a little flatter right in there. Okay, I'm going to call that done. I think this was a good idea, but it was too much going on in there, so a bigger box and other things. The tag is also a good idea, but it's also too much going on. I think I could stamp a little something on it and just kind of slide it in like that, and that would be fine. I'll just go ahead and put it in just like that. That'll work. But yeah, this one's too much and the earring's too much. The little key on the safety pin there, I think works. So this not sure what I'll call this, Rose Memories maybe, something like that. Our Language of Love. Could just call it that, couldn't I? I'm not going to close it yet, but if I lay the bottle down and fold this down, it will close. Now, I have not decorated the top, and I don't know that I want to, because I'm creating this for a decoration that will go into like a bedroom, like on a dresser, or something kind of an intimate setting. But I want it to also be like a surprise, like you open it up and expect to see trinkets or something, but ultimately what you see is what's here. And so this is the project for Wildcard Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I didn't just mess around too much, but it's just a little something I wanted to give a try. It's not journal making per se, but we do have paper. We do have this writing space here that can be taken out and uncurled. It's a piece of coffee dyed paper that's about it's pretty square, so maybe a 4x4 give or take, and I just rolled it up tight, tied it with lace. So I'm good with this with the first try. So let me know what you all think about it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.